Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the Diploma in Software Development webinar, From Beginners to Python. I'm glad you've taken time out of your busy day to join us. I hope to make this probably the most informative and somewhat interesting half an hour that you have had all day. So I'm hoping to make this worth your time. So I thank you again for coming. Just in terms of housekeeping, what we're asking you to do is maintain your questions till the very end. We will address them then, as we have mute the presentation until the very end. We'll open up, if time permits, to address any questions that you may have. For those who questions are not answered at the end of the presentation, rest assured that they will be addressed. In terms of, I will email you an answer to your question. So again, thank you for taking a busy time out of your day to join us on this important webinar on developing the diploma in software development from beginners to Python. Today, you will we'll cover several things. We'll cover a little bit about the collaboration between Canadian Business College and Code Institute. We'll get into coding in industry context, the learning journey and course information in terms of what you can expect to learn in this program, and graduates, what will you receive or what can you expect to receive when you graduate from the program. So again, thank you for your time, and relax and enjoy the presentation. In terms of collaboration, the Canadian Business College has partnered with Code Institute to bring you an exciting opportunity in software development education. Canadian Business College is a premier college in Ontario, and Code Institute is a leading technology training company with a global success in software development education. With this partnership, you get the experience of two strong learning organizations behind your success. In essence, the Coding Institute focuses obviously on things relating to coding, software development, web development, and the Canadian Business College has been in the business of providing education on the ground for quite some time. And so this is a convenient and obviously great marriage or partnership that will essentially change your life. It allows the flexibility for you to get the education you need, the skill sets and knowledge base you need that you can apply to an in-demand industry, get the job you're looking at, the career you want to pursue, or make your vision in terms of business idea, make your vision a reality. So I thank you so much for taking the time to come join us today. So in terms of coding or software development, you would probably know a little bit about what coding or software development is all about. It's more than just building web pages. It's more than just back-end administrative stuff. But even more so important is that it is in huge demand. Here's a reality check. By 2019, there will be approximately 182,000 IT positions open in Canada. That's almost 200,000 jobs in the field that will be available for you upon your graduation. And for those who are in Ontario, there's expected to be about 76,000 IT-related positions in Ontario. Folks, this trend is not expected to decline anytime soon. As you know, software development is in such huge demand. What I would ask you to do, if you really want to see what's happening in terms of the trend, go on one of those job sites like Indeed and type in software development and type the city, the town, or wherever you are, the province. And you will see the amount of jobs that's available. It's huge, and there's a great deal of opportunity, and I'm so excited to be part of this opportunity, to be able to provide you an opportunity. I'm using the word opportunity quite a bit, I know, but to give you a chance, essentially, to jump on this trend and change your life and live the life you desire. So did you know, I'm sure you do, but you obviously are aware that every website, smartphone app, computer program, calculator, and even the microwave you used to make your breakfast this morning required coding. According to Intel Systems, that was a report that was done in 2011 entitled Intelligent Systems for a More Connected World. They said the average person will be connected by 7 devices. And when you think about it, they're expecting that to be by 2020. So they're saying by 2020, each person will own a device of 7 connected devices. So let's look at some of these things. They're saying that you will be obviously connected to your game. You'll be connected to your phone, your gaming console, your cell phone, your computer, your TV, your refrigerator, your car. That was their estimate for 2020. It is 2018, and I think most of us can probably add in 1 or 2 more devices on that. So the 2020 estimate of 7 devices connected per person has already been met and is probably going to continue to grow. In terms of retail, the same report says 71% of shoppers are multi-channel. What that means is that 71% of shoppers, folks who shop, are relying on a multitude of ways, or they have a multitude of options that they can tap into to buy the stuff they want, pursue the quality or the brand that they desire, and pay for it in a multitude of ways. So they don't necessarily have to go into your brick and mortar. They can go on site, and they have a multitude of ways of paying for it. So 71% of shoppers are multi-channel. That same report said by 2016, a couple years ago, that 23.6 million cars will be connected to the internet. 2018, I would estimate we're well over 30 million by now. I drove in this morning. There was a big situation on the highway, and my navigation app helped me to avoid the car pileup and essentially allow me to save time. And that was in my car. When you look at industries, machine-to-machine devices, they said that they're expecting a 30% annual growth rate. We talked about automation of industry. We talked about robots taking over our jobs in the factory. We're just at the precipice of this. That's not going to change. But they're going to need folks to build the back end to make computers, to make devices able to essentially communicate with each other and get the job done. When you talk about cybersecurity, let's talk like medical. According to the same report, medical data disclosure is the second most breached source of data. They're doing this using software development techniques. They're doing this with coding. And so it's like a cat and mouse game. Those who want to breach, whether you breach companies, organizations, or government, there is a demand for those who are out to stop it. And so that creates a great deal of opportunity for you. When they say the Internet of Things, and you think about all the things that are connected to your internet, they really should just call it the software of things. So whether it's your car, your fridge, whatever it is that you use today, chances are it is completely driven by software and by coding. So what can you expect in terms of the course information? You have seen what I've talked about in terms of the demand for software development. You've seen the demand and the application, where it is going, the trends, and where we're at, where we're going. But first, you're going to need to be certified. You're going to need to be educated. You're going to need to have a diploma because folks want to know that they're not going to waste their time and money hiring somebody that's going to botch the job or not able to do it properly. And that's where we come in. Our job is to give you the skill set, knowledge base in terms of the diploma so that you can essentially accomplish the task at hand. What would you learn? You will learn highly employable skills to future-proof your career. There's obviously a great deal of demand for this area of work. And so we are going to give you the skill sets and knowledge base that you will need to thrive and survive and be creative in this sector. You will be able to build beautiful portfolio of projects. So essentially, when you go look at an employer or an employer is looking at you, you can essentially show him your portfolio, and I'll talk a little bit more about that to show that you not only have a theoretical understanding, but you also have a basic understanding. More than basic understanding of software development. You will get a diploma that is internationally recognized through Edinburgh Napier University. Those are credits that may be transferable. Obviously, transference of credit is based on the receiving educational institution, but at the end of the day, your diploma, should you decide you want to pursue further education in this field, most schools, if not all, will look at your credit and hopefully they will be transferable, as that rests solely with the incoming or the school that you're pursuing. I already talked about the demand in terms of job demand, and we'll get into that a little bit later. So what will you learn? You will go through this program, and there are 5 modules that you will have to complete. And at the end of each module, you will, we call them stream, but I'll call them module for sake of understanding. You will have to do a walkthrough project. And at the end of each of those modules, you will have a student milestone project that you essentially are expected to complete. When you complete all 5 projects, those projects then can be put together as a portfolio. So when you go looking for, a company that you want to work with, you can basically show them your projects so that they can see from your portfolio that you have experience and hands-on training. And so you're not just theoretical, you have done the work. And that's exciting for you, that's exciting for prospective employers, because they will see that you are able in terms of competency. You will learn coding fundamental. You'll learn core programming from the very onset, so front end and back end. You will basically, we ask you, you will be expected to build your first web page with us. You will learn creative, visually appealing, responsive web application that elicits positive user experience. Build interactive and intuitive web application, leverage APIs, data visualization to power up your app. And, there is quite a bit more that you will learn, including Python. So in terms of we will introduce logic to your application, or you will introduce logic to your application with Python. Use algorithm to build web-based games and application, data-centered development, full stack framework with Django. So your journey begins with several things. While you're on your journey, you will want to be supported. And part of it is, I can tell you that if you've never done online learning before, we have made sure that you are fully supported. And if you've done online learning before, you will see the remarkable difference between us and any other experience you have in terms of the support that you'll have around you. Not only will you be tutored or have a tutor available to you, and you'll have mentor, you'll be part of a community. We are going to help you in terms of landing that dream job that you're looking for. We are going to give you the student support that you want, so that when you complete the program, you are essentially very employable. In terms of tutoring, some of our tutors come from, HP, Dell, Google, you name it. We work with these tutors, or we have these tutors on board because we want you to basically mimic real world opportunity. We want you to know what's trending. We want you to know what employers are looking for. These folks have wisdom, they have knowledge, they have experience, and we want you to be able to tap into that to get to learn how to be the best in software development that you can possibly be. You will be mentored. Again, the program is going to be flexible, so there's no set lecture time. All that we ask is that you allocate a minimum of 10 hours per week for your studies. When you do that, it's relatively up to you, whether it's late at night, in the afternoon after dinner, or whatever. It is really up to you when you allocate your online learning, except that we ask that you allocate a minimum of 10 hours. Here's the beauty. If you're able to allocate more than 10 hours, then obviously you will finish the program sooner than others. The length of the program goes anywhere from 12 to 78 weeks. That means that you can finish the program in as little as 3 months if you so choose. But you have more than a year to finish it, so it really is up to you. For folks who are able to allocate 40 hours a week or come with a great deal of skill sets, knowledge base, and experience in software development, they will be able to run with this program no problem. For folks who may have a family or have a career or have other things that demand the other demands on their lives, they may want to go a little bit slower, and that's totally fine. You will have an opportunity to complete the program. Your personal mentor will work with you throughout, and tutors are available on day-to-day to help. So you are going to feel completely supported, whether or not you're busy or not, essentially. In terms of Slack channel available, there are folks always online to answer any questions that you have at any time. All you will need to do is log on and post your questions. Community partners. This one I'm most excited about because at the end of the day, Code Institute works closely with leading companies to ensure that our technologies are most relevant and in demand for job seekers today. So, our partners are GlaxoSmithKline, Accenture, PayPal, Netflix, and a whole slew of others. We're always in pursuit of making relationship and partnership with those who are essentially at the forefront of technology, software development, so that we can not only know what employers are looking for, but also be able to have those relationships so that they are aware of the skill sets and knowledge base that your diploma will encapsulate. So, student support. As I mentioned, you will be supported and will provide a portfolio pointers and interview preparation guidance. So we will help you land that dream job. So whatever you are in the program, wherever you are in the program, you're going to be supported all the way to the end of your journey up until graduation. When you're ready to graduate, we will help to prepare you for the workplace. So essentially, we'll help you in terms of whatever it is that you need. Interview practice, looking at your application, showing you different places to look for jobs of this nature or careers of this nature. So we are going to be there for you. Obviously, you're not doing this for free. You're going to go through your learning, you're going to go through education, and at the end of the day, obviously, you will love what you want to do, but nothing beats having a job that you love and be highly compensated for it. So the average salary range in Canada, in most Canadian cities, are as follows. In Toronto, you're looking at anywhere from $60,000 to $120,000 a year. And that seems to be about the average in Canada. In some cities, it's higher than others. For example, Ottawa, you're looking at $61,000 to $125,000. In Montreal, you're looking at $45,000 to $100,000. Folks, this is good money, no matter how you chalk it up, no matter which city you live in. And when you take cost of living and these different cities into consideration, you will be essentially achieving the life you want. The other aspect is you will turn your dream to reality without compromising your work-life balance. In this kind of sector, essentially, if you're able to log on to the internet, you're able to work. So whether you're at a Starbucks or you're, in your pajamas on your bed or you're in the office, whatever the case is, this allows you to basically be flexible. The flexibility is there, so you don't necessarily have to do a 9 to 5. Most companies nowadays are allowing their employees to work from home. That's important for young families. That's important for areas where commute becomes, treacherous. So work-life balance is part of what you will accomplish in this. In terms of accomplishment, you will earn the salary and the lifestyle you deserve. We talked about the average salary range in Canada. Consider, you would have put in anywhere from 3 months to a year of your time to get this diploma, and now you're having a very good salary and having a lifestyle that you deserve with a sense of accomplishment. Nothing beats that. You will be able to unleash your creativity. The software industry or software development is it's part of the creative sector. So it allows you to unleash your creativity. For those who are creative and want to live their dreams, I mean, there's no better place to be than in software development because you can turn your vision into reality or make someone else's vision pop. You can, whatever it is that you want to do in terms of coding, web development, software development, you will be able to essentially unleash your creativity. We're all concerned about job security. With software development diploma, you'll acquire in-demand job skills in a growing sector with continuous career growth. I showed you earlier when we talked about the near 200,000 jobs that's going to open up in Canada next year, 2019. That's a couple months from now. That's not expected to decline. That's expected to be an upward trend. And so you'll acquire the skill sets and knowledge base that are in demand, and the potential where you go with this is when we talk about the Internet of Things, you can certainly see the different areas and avenues. You don't have to work for anyone with a software development diploma. You can work for yourself. But if you do decide to work for someone, the question is, where do I want to? What area? What sector? What interests me? What excites me? And pursue it because there will be a demand for it. So let's talk about next step. The first step is to complete the application. And what I tell folks is if you are about 50% interested in the program, then my suggestion is go ahead and complete the application. And I'll tell you why. An application is just an application. It gives us an opportunity to look at you and while you look at us. And so when we're looking at you, we want to basically be able to know that this is somebody that will be interested in the program, will continue and complete the program, and will succeed. When you complete the application, the reason why you want to do the application is because of this. It locks you in to a 40% savings, and it is an incentive or reward for those who have joined our webinar today. So when you complete the application, it locks in the 40% savings. Regular tuition for this program is just under $8,000. It's in fact $7,995 or $7,995. With the 40% savings, it's then reduced to $4,995. And so, but the only way to take advantage of the savings is to complete the application. Once you've completed the application, you've been accepted in the program, you now lock in your 40% savings. The next step then is to start the program. When you start the program, that will be up to you. I obviously like to, get things done right away. I'm not a delayed person. I like to, get it out of the way as quickly as possible. But when you start your program, or when you've completed the application, when you start your program, it really is up to you. Classes begin every Tuesday. And so, once the savings is available to you, then it really is up to you as to when you go ahead and actually start the program. Okay? So start the program, complete the program, live your dream. As we talked about earlier, whether you work in manufacturing, whether you work in medical or data, cybersecurity, whether you work in retail, whatever sector it is that you want to work, or whatever it is that you want to do, you may have an idea, a burning concept that you want to take from vision to reality. Once you have this diploma, the doors then open to you to go live your dream. You can decide, you know what, I'm going to work for someone. And later on, you can decide that, hey, you know what, I'm ready to work for myself. Or you can work for yourself and later on work for someone. The demand is not going to abate anytime soon. And so the demand for it is obviously there. So, this is a diploma, again, folks, it's gonna open doors for you. It's gonna make your dream a reality. What I recommend you do is go on one of those job sites like Indeed and type in software development. If you don't believe me in terms of the demand, type in software development jobs and see how many pop up. The demand is unbelievable. So at this time, it looks like we have a few questions. And I think a lot of the questions that I saw were addressed in the presentation, so I'm not going to go over them. But what I'm going to ask you to do, if you have any questions between now and after the presentation, after today, I recommend you go ahead and email them to me if you haven't filled them out in the question box. It's my email address is cgillett, Gillett, at canadianbusinesscollege.com. Or you can certainly go ahead and give me a call at 647-484-8642. Again, I encourage you to go ahead and complete the application. And once you complete the application, that's the only way you're going to be able to lock in the 40% tuition. And then we can sit and talk about, a start date that suits you, or address any questions or concerns that you may have. I am very excited about this program. I'm excited to have you on board. And at this point, I thank you so much for your time. And I do wish you to have a great remainder of the day. And I do look forward to for future follow-up with you. Again, thank you and have a good day.